So as we start our lap here in Suzuka, you'll see we'll get to about halfway through 5th gear by the end of the straight. Once you see this 100-meter mark, then you can start lifting off the throttle and start trail braking into the corner. You can see by the pedal inputs on either side of the tachometer exactly how much brake I'm using and how much throttle I'm using. Keeping tight to the curbs and just trying to keep it neat and tidy there. Your brake point is right at the end of the coloured curbs on the right, and you're just going to stay in 3rd gear. Now the center S's are all about momentum, as you can see from the pedal inputs. I'm just trying to keep it nice and smooth and using the gearing just to help rotate the car through each of the corners. Trying to stay tight to the apexes, not really letting the car get out in front of me. And you'll see here by the marshal, once you see that, you can start accelerating fully again. Again, just trying to keep it nice and tidy. You don't want to touch any of the grasses or the curbs on your way out here, or else you'll spin the car. Now here in the normal race there is a flag marker, and that would be your braking zone just before the 50. So you're going to lift off the throttle and dab on the brakes a little bit, and then try and cut the corner as much as you can. Then right here before the end of the curve on the left, you're going to brake down to 2nd gear as well, while trail braking into the corner. Don't do what I did here, but it did slow me down a little bit. But you're going to try and keep it nice and tight through here on the apex on the right, and this is going to be your braking zone right at the end, and you're going to brake down into 1st gear and trail brake around the corner. Usually I'd like to try and keep it tighter around the curve, but this did work out quite nicely for me. Just going to fully accelerate through, and you're going to try and get a nice turn in so that your front wheels hit this green part of the curve here on the right. And from then on you're going to unwind your steering wheel and try and get as close to the edge of the track here before the Suzuka circuit banner above you. I was a little bit further to the middle of the track, but you can go further to the left. And this is also that you can hit this apex here on the right and just keep a nice, smooth, consistent acceleration throughout the corner. And then your braking point is here on this slip road here on the right between the 100 and the 50. You're going to brake down to 2nd gear and you're going to start trail braking into the corner. You can actually carry a lot of speed through this corner, and then around about here where you're facing the end of the colored curve on the right, then you can start fully accelerating again. Now this part of the circuit is best for overtaking, and you're going to get to about the end of 4th gear at the end of this straight. I actually let it run up to the limiter just to slow the car down a little bit. And as you hit this 50 marker on the right, you're going to lift off the throttle and turn in. You don't actually have to brake for this corner at all. And this just helps you stay full throttle throughout the corner. And right here before the 100-meter mark, you're going to brake and go down into 1st gear, just to slow the car down enough for the chicanes. And you can take as much curve as you want just to help rotate the car. And then you can full throttle. Now for qualifying, you can stick as close to the wall here on the right as you can, whereas in a normal race situation you can go out a bit further to the center of the track. As you can see there, that's my best time, 1:59.6, but I'm sure it can be improved with different setups, different tires. But for the use of the actual race, where you're on racing soft tires and balanced performance, this is the best that I could personally do, but I'm sure it can be beaten. Your first overtaking point is obviously on the main straight before turn 1. Then through the center S's, it's kind of hard to overtake because of the constant change of directions. Coming to T8, it could be quite difficult because of the fast right-hander that comes up there. And the straight coming up to the hairpin might work, but at the hairpin you can definitely outbrake your opponent and get the good inside line to overtake. And this run-up will actually work as well, coming up to the corner. Then this main straight is obviously the best place to overtake on the circuit with strong slipstream. And outbraking someone at the chicane will obviously work as well to try and overtake someone.